All right, YouTube, what is up? We are back with another Swing Notebook series, and we just finished up with our one-pitch tourney at the Dome. We brought the C Challenge Cup here for a little warm-up tourney. We leave in a couple days here for the C Challenge Cup in Florida. Pretty excited about that. We will get a ton of content ready to roll there. So this was our little warm-up tourney. Took the 3-hour trip to the Dells. They usually host one of these tournaments like once a month. Being from Minnesota and being at a 3-hour drive, usually I get to do one of these a year, and I actually really love it. Getting to hit a real ball into a dome in Minnesota. We play with this like squishy kind of crappy ball that is just not a ton of fun to play with. Doesn't give you any feedback, and being able to hit a real ball inside is always a blessing. The one thing about dome ball and one pitch ball in the Dells is it is a massive strike zone. I don't know if you can see this here, but it's almost probably 2 inches in front of the plate with some tape, maybe 3 inches in front of the plate, outside of the plate, and then super deep behind the plate. And all of this is a strike. The plate's a strike as well. It is one pitch. There was a lot of guys rung up in a lot of situations. You'll see one of my pitches that I took a walk on where it was like significantly over my back shoulder. And it missed the thing by like a tiny little bit. So huge strike zone. I kind of liked the one pitch approach, like going up to the plate and just having the focus of, am I swinging? Am I not? Like, what am I doing here? And I really liked that approach, and it kind of worked out for this tournament. I was 14 for 15. I took 3 walks. We had 0 strikeouts, which is good for a guy like me. And had a couple doubles, single. This might have been my first tournament in a long time that we did not hit a home run in. Launch angle control was all sorts of jacked up, and we'll kind of talk about that as we go. But let's get to the swings, and let's kind of talk about what was going on here. We're going to start off here. First pitch of the tournament. I felt like this one was pretty freaking low, and I was like, damn. And she calls illegal here, but she doesn't say illegal, right? So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to swing. I'm not getting rung up here. Last year, my very first pitch at the Dells, ball went basically very similar. Like, it was very short, and your boy got rung up on that. So I'm like, I'm not getting rung up on my very first pitch of the tournament. So took a daddy hack at this, dipping a little bit to get to the ball, and we send this baby into the dome over there. Pretty decent swing. The thing that I was really liking about this tournament is that I did not miss a barrel. Like, every swing that I had was barreled up. Even if I was reaching forward, even if it wasn't great, like, I was getting the barrel to the ball and finding a lot of solutions to hit the ball with this massive strike zone with one pitch. So that was one of the positives of this tournament. This push side swing was kind of on all day. That was a good way to start it. Then we have the second pitch of the tournament here, and this is where your boy almost got rung up. Look at the catcher's reaction here. Oh yeah. I mean, it is barely over. And I mean, this thing, look at this thing come through the zone. Like, that's my shoulder here. This thing, I was looking at that. I'm like, there's no fucking way I can get to that ball. And I was standing decently far. Like, I was standing a little far up, but like not aggressively. Like, I wasn't U-trip. My back foot was at the back of the plate. And that thing crossed behind my shoulder and barely missed the mat there. And we got a walk going through. Got kind of lucky there. And then he was throwing this like curveball that wasn't really, I mean, it was biting. It was biting hard, but it was biting too hard, and that thing just went way too far inside. So got walked twice in a row there, which is kind of frustrating because it's only like, we're only probably going to play 4 or 5 games in this tournament. And I went there to get some swings, but I'm not going to swing at trash. So I was happy with my pitch selection and what I was seeing. Like I was seeing, that's a ball, don't swing at it. And I had a focus and like restraint to not swing at the ones that were aggressively bad. And if they were close, I was triggering on those and going through. This one was probably my favorite swing of the tournament here. Finally, a high one, a strike. He walked me twice in a row, so I think he's throwing a little bit more on that strike zone here. And this ball is absolutely destroyed. Like, this one got the catcher and the umpire. They like, it was like an audible wow response. Like, this thing was smacked in there. That ball was cutting in that right center gap, and that was the first game. Started off 4 for 4 with 2 walks. Walks are a hit in softball. Walks are usually better than a hit in softball because you can rattle the pitcher a little bit and you get a free base. So that was pretty solid, but we did lose that game. They thumped us real good. First game of the tournament. A lot of guys not used to the dome lighting. Like, it's pretty tough to see here. not used to playing it off the dome, so the dome is all live. If you hit it off the dome, everything is live, so it's a little bit of a shit show. The Wisconsin guys will just send balls into the dome, especially the right field side, and you just can't play off of it. It's like an out in real life all the time, and they just play the game. They play the game. It's a good way to play the game. They're playing there to win. But these guys were mastering that. I think they had 7 or 8 hits in a row off of the dome, and they put up like 30 runs on us in the open. So started off over 1. Got to this second game here, and this is the pitch. So this one, the guy, as soon as he pitched it, the umpire, as soon as he pitched it, called illegal. I'm not really sure what's illegal about this pitch, unless he wasn't on the mound, but like that is definitely 6 feet up in the air. That's definitely a strike. But as soon as he pitched it, the umpires said illegal. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take my free base because that one looked like a strike. But look at the catcher's reaction. He's like, what in the world? And I talked to the first baseman. I was like, I have no idea why that was illegal, but we will take our free first base and continue 5 for 5 in the tournament. That's pretty solid. Then I got sick of taking walks, and this one was probably a little short. But again, you have to kind of protect the front of this plate. So you see here, the plate is a strike. In front of the plate, about 3 inches is a strike. So you kind of have to reach for a little bit of stuff, and you have to stay back because you see how big this strike zone is back. So you do have to kind of be an adaptable hitter in these. Probably swinging at pitches you wanted to ideally swing at, but I was also kind of sick of being walked. So I'm like, whatever, we're just going to tee off on this ball. We drive that ball into the gap. It bounces over the fence. We get a little ground rule double. That swing felt pretty solid. It felt like I was reaching a little bit on it. If you come here, let's get back to this. Baby. Oh my God, it's going in slow-mo here. Yeah, so definitely reaching a little bit, but the hand path is good. It's down and cutting that ball through, not lifting it. Like, that's a good cut swing for how far in front that ball was. Got that ball in gap. That was nice. Like that swing there. I think we're 6 for 6 now in the tournament, and then I think K-Jack hits a bomb here, so that was good. This was the only out of the tournament. This is where my launch angle is a little jacked up. We had home runs to use. We had 2 guys on. Was really trying to elevate this ball and get this ball out of here. Got jammied a little bit, and I hit this ball decent. Like, this ball was barreled. This shortstop made a great play, but shortstop should have no shot at this play. 2 guys on with bombs to use. We had 5 bombs. We were hitting like 1 bomb a game, so there's definitely home runs to use. This ball has got to be over the fence or in that gap. Again, I like how I barreled it up. I like that I hit it in that 5-6 hole. Good play by the shortstop, but this ball has to be a home run. Like that one's a little frustrating. I think I dip a little bit, just trying to get a little bit more lift, just because everything else had not really been lifted yet, and I really wanted to get a little lift on it, so maybe a little emphasis on that. But that just launch angle control felt a little jacked up, and it's just a little bit of inexperience with the, not inexperience, but lack of like outside balls that I've seen, live pitching that I've seen, and not being able to like really master where I'm hitting the ball yet. I'm hitting the ball in the barrel really well. All of the swing, like fundamentals are good. Now it's just hit the ball a little bit low or get that ball elevated, and don't let him make a play on there. He gets that out on 2 there for the fielder's choice, and that was my out of the tournament. We did win that game, though. We kind of crushed them that game, so that was cool. We're 1-1 right now. Next one here. This gap, I've been living and dying in this gap here. This ball was a little outside. I think it might have clipped the end a little bit, but again, you're reaching a little bit. But yeah, I think that's going to hit the mat. That's how crazy this strike zone is. Like, it's a wide strike zone. That's a good pitch by that pitcher, and I did a really nice job of this tournament just going with the pitch, man, just like hitting the ball. And I think in some tournaments, like, I might kind of just go up with this approach of like a 1-pitch approach. It allows me to like focus on the ball, like win every pitch, not win every at bat, but win every pitch. What can I do with that ball on that pitch? And we got that ball in there. That was a nice one. I think he actually misses this here, and we get a triple out of that, so that was kind of nice. We get a double, and then he like throws the ball around, and we get the ball in. Then again, I think we have 2 guys on trying for a bomb here. This is a home run outside, so I did get the launch angle on that one that I wanted. We kind of skadooshed that ball, but it ended up hitting the top of the dome here and dropping in. But that was a good swing for what I wanted in that situation. That's a home run outside off the bat. That ball was skadooshed, and we get on base there. And then this ball was hammered as well. He's just pitching a cookie. That's right over the middle. Can go right center with that ball. Smash that ball into the gap, and we're off running. Now, we were playing the S2ND team. We won that game. We're 2-1 right now playing the S2ND team. They ended up winning. They beat it comatose to win this. We ended up going up 6-0 on them. I think we were actually up 8-0 at one point after the second inning. We ended up losing a little bit of momentum in this game. I think we lost like 20-21. It was a really good game, but we kind of let them back in, and they kind of played the dome as well. We were missing a lot of balls at the dome, but this pitch got me. I was triggering. I triggered a little too early, and this ball dropped. It was a little bit of a knuckleball kind of, but I just missed it a little bit. Got it in that gap here. I saw the pitcher start to drop out, and I think that's what really got me is I was going to go back to this right center gap and get that ball through, and I saw the pitcher drop, so I kind of adjusted last second and got that ball through, but it just wasn't as good of a hit as I'd like. But again, pretty happy with the ability to get that ball through that spot and hammer that middle and see that. Like, my vision at the plate was really, really good. I was seeing that pitcher move. I was adapting, getting that ball through. I'd like to cut it a little bit more, just a higher percentage swing rather than just like the two hopper through the infield. But that's a good spot with that middle guy there and a pitcher that's not moving very great. And then the same thing. I'm aiming, going right middle here just because this gap is super, super big and nobody's there. Pitcher drops. I see it last second and hammer that ball through, but the pitcher almost, again, gets a glove on that ball. It was nice that we barreled it up, but if you don't barrel that ball up, you're getting your ass snapped off, getting that ball through. But again, this is something that Hitting with the Nation talks about, is just trying to hit the one hopper at the plate. Like, they talk about that being a harder ball to catch than like one that is hopping a little bit later. So that's been kind of my focus on those middle shots, is when I'm adjusting, is getting it the one hop at the plate. So the pitcher has to be reactive at their feet, getting that ball through, not trying to hit him. I saw